Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we have been working on getting the L cluster taken over, and we're very close to having it at this point. So we're going to finish up our raw scan mining stations, and we're also going to finish up Invayer very shortly. So all of this will be ours soon. And that looks phenomenal. Do we have anything that needs to happen as far as buildings go for now? No. Okay. But we do have an idle construction ship down in Unok. So that is fine. We just finished up building our orbital ring around Unok Prime, correct? That is indeed what looks like just happened. Okay, so Unok Prime, we can upgrade that orbital ring, which we will do. And then we're interested in building an orbital ring around Ojular Secundus, should already have it. So the next one would be Eolum Prime, except that's already here. So, Yeti Prime? Yeti Prime. Cool. We'll build an orbital ring here. Okay, so we're still building our Grand Archive around Radar Station Alpha. It's kind of hard to see through the storm, but we are 41% done with that for now. So that looks good. We did just spend another big chunk of influence, so that's noted. Eventually, we'll get our influence spent down. But I think that will go down in terms of speed after we get these three systems. So that'll be good. We're making 6.5 influence per month right now. That number could definitely come up. We're currently getting 3.5 power projection, so we could get an additional almost half point per month. That's not bad. This science ship is idle, and of course needs to be put on automation. So we're going to have them do everything except research special projects and explore astral rifts. Apparently they can capture fauna, so that is an interesting thing for them to do. Ah, there's the other ones waking up. Sure. Well, we're not too concerned about either of those, to be honest. Yeah, that's really not too concerning, but the war in heaven will definitely be a thing. So that is fine. I do want to continue to work on getting our defense platforms dealt with. So that would mean coming to like Nunkey Station here, and we could queue up some Fire Coral class defense platforms. That's of course going to be limited by our minor artifacts, but that's okay. So we can get a bunch of these queued up. There we go. Serenity is increasing us by 5%. Interesting. Okay, so we're actually limited by alloys for now, but that probably won't be the case going forward if we continue spending that down. Excellent. So, up over here, we're definitely going to be building in Siplim. So we're going to move up here and build that starbase. As soon as we're done in Roscan, we're going to build in Ichni, but we need to wait until Siplim is done at that point. So we can then head up over to Rurius after we're done with Siplim. Cool. So Citadel of Faith has been researched. We can grab artificial breeding to give us space fauna growth policies. Okay. I have no idea how the space fauna system works. Should be interesting. It's brand new. Okay, so I was just checking through to see if we had any buildings that needed to be built. We do not. Another gravity storm coming through. No shockers there. Excellent. So everything is looking good for now. Now, Terminal Egress Station, we're going to need to save up some alloys to upgrade this because we've got 80 days. So we should definitely do that. And we are also spending a bunch of resources right now on upgrading these ships. So that's understood. We're going to need some alloys. Seems fine. I'm surprised we're not done in Roscan yet. We're going to get these nanites, which will be very good. We're through 2 of our ship upgrades, and are we actually... have we spent all of the resources on getting these done? I suspect we maybe did. So that would be great. We would be very happy to see that indeed.
Ships upgraded.
Yeah, so we're done with that. Excellent. So terminal egress is going to be done in 30 days. We are going to need to upgrade this to a Citadel, which I believe is like 1,200 alloys or something like that. I think it's something around those lines. So we'll get that upgrading very shortly here. We have enough, definitely. We did just finish up gravity manipulation optimization. We'll get to that in a moment. 2 1.
Construction
Okay,
complete.
there we go. So go ahead and build the mining stations in Siplim, and then you can build the starbase in Ikni. Perfect. Now, we do need a new technology here. Fauna capture amount and capture chance sounds good. So we'll get that going. We're getting a lot of space fauna technologies going, which is, of course, magnificent. We do have a leader trait here, and what do we want? I mean, I guess antiquarian will work. Cool. So we can't upgrade this because we don't have a planetary capital here yet.
Complete.
So that is definitely understood. And there's space fauna growth policies there. Destroyer scale space fauna cloning. Okay. But there's also the Strategic Coordination Center here. And I want to get that going for now. That'll be a fairly lengthy research, but we'll get that underway. Cool. So, of course, here in Terminal Egress, this is going to be upgrading for a while. We're going to want to build in our modules here, so we can build hatcheries and vivarium tanks. Interesting. So this is about, like, breeding creatures that are in lieu of ships. That's definitely an interesting route to go. At least I think that's what we've got going on here. I'm like 45% sure that's what we've got going on here. Regardless, we don't want that in Terminal Egress. That's for sure. So we're going to put in ancient ramparts here. The question is, do we have enough artifacts for that? And the answer is yes, we do. So that is wonderful. We finished up in Ikni, and we're going to build our mining and research stations there. We also finished up in Siplim, so we're going to go grab Rurius. And this is the last land grab location that we're going to take. We're not interested in anything else. You are capturing space fauna. So you're going to capture these leviathans? Is that what's happening here? Yes. We're capturing these leviathans. To what end? Okay, so we're 40% on that. We have this Astral Rift pending. That seems fine. 50.
Handshake protocols
okay, that progresses fairly quickly. No, we're going to decline that. We want the influence. 80%. So we successfully captured this space fauna. With no vivarium capacity available, the captured fauna have been euthanized and dissected for resources. 3 common Tiankis, giving us 75 food. We also obtained their genetic material. Okay. Well, that's certainly interesting. So I don't think our Grand Archive is complete yet. No, it's at 65%. So that's understood. We do need to get an upgrade going on this planetary administration. So that seems absolutely fine. Then we've got this tech world here. Needs a job. So I'm just going to upgrade this. Actually, let's not do that. Let's upgrade our Cider Revitalization Center. That'll be fine. Okay, anything else needing to be done there? The answer is no, not at this time. So that sounds good. Cool. So the next step is we're going to need to develop this a bit and develop our transit systems, right? Now, we just finished up in Eolum here. That means, of course, that this orbital ring is ready to be upgraded. So we can get that going. And then we'd want to get another orbital ring constructing. So we're currently around Eolum. We would go to, we already did Giedi. So Euchromia would be the next place to build an orbital ring. So let's go ahead and do that. That'll take about 2 years to make, and that's understood. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to get all of these orbital rings built up as soon as we can. The question is, are we going to be heavily influence capped? We're done spending influence on our claims up here, and the claims go very quickly. So that is going to mean that we're spending our influence a lot slower going forward. That's a good thing. That is a very good thing. We're going to go with the ship fire rate and ship weapons damage. Sure. This proposal we decline, and we need to get the Rurius starbase completed. That is the next mission here, and we also really do need to finish up the Grand Archive. I want to know how this works, especially if we're going to have our science ships running around capturing, like, Tiankis, right? Okay, so this is a hatchling. So these do replenish over time. That's noted. Or at least they probably do. So we just built our starbase up over Rurius here, and we definitely want to build our mining and research stations there. So we'll get going on that. That will buy us some time to build up a little bit more influence. No doubt about that. Rivalry with the Abusan Principality. Have we lost our rivalry with them? Apparently we have. So that'll gain us back an additional half point per month. So that is good. Okay, so we've got this Ojlar's Prime station here, right? And this world is a combination generator and industrial world. So we would want to put in something like stratospheric ionization elements. And we'd also want to put in either an orbital logistics system or an alloy processing facility. And I'm leaning towards this being alloy weighted. So we're going to do that for now. Then in terms of these buildings, there's not too much that we're interested in building here right now. We might come back and revisit this, but for the moment, I'm thinking just anchorages is the way to go. So we'll get that all queued up, and this, of course, cannot be upgraded yet. So that is absolutely fine for now. And then we've got this Nunkey station here that we would be delighted to build more defense platforms for. And let's queue up a few of those. There we go. That'll do. It's definitely more expensive now. No doubt about that.
Complete.
We will decline this. And the Eunoch starbase just finished its construction queue. Where is this? This is actually the orbital ring here. Gotcha. So we would like to upgrade this to orbital ring tier 3, but it requires a system capital complex, which we don't have here. So we can't actually do this just yet. So that's understood. This is an agri world, and so we would want to put in a climate optimization station. Beyond that, we could put in anchorages, and then we can come back to this once it can be upgraded. So that sounds fine for now. Now, Ojlar Secundus, currently there's not a lot we can do to help specialize this. We can just put in orbital anchorages. And that'll be okay for now. Wonderful. So we've got these 5 construction ships going right now, and we're definitely making progress on getting our orbital rings made. Now, if we really wanted to go all in on building tall, we could build a habitat in every single one of these systems. I don't think that's necessary here. It would be a significant undertaking. It would make us incredibly powerful over the very long term. But I don't anticipate this game going that long. We're probably going to end it sooner rather than later. So I don't think we're going to go the orbital habitat route, for the record. Even though I think we took an ascension perk for it, didn't we? Let's see, where's our ascension perks at? Yeah, let's see here. Archeo engineers, yeah, we did take Voidborn here, but that would be a very, very, very long-term investment, and I'm just not interested in taking this game that long. So we're probably going to say that's a future plan for this civilization, but not something we would be doing immediately. So for now, I would like to come down to terminal egress and buy this L gate. Actually, on the other side of this L gate. It's a little inefficient out over here, but on the other side of this L gate, I want to put in a gateway site. So right up over here. Because I want them to have to cross past this station to get to the gateway site. I built it right next to the L gate before, and I've regretted that. So for now, let's get going on that. That'll take that construction ship a while to do, and that's absolutely okay. So then, I'm thinking that our hyper shipyard would be in Gothra. I'm thinking we'd build it like right here. And then we'd put our hyper relay like right here. And then we'd have a hyper relay in terminal egress about right here. And then that would be optimized for getting them to the gateway, but they can also fly over to the L gate. It's a little less efficient, but we're primarily going to be operating through the gateway network. Looks like we finished up in Gieti here, so this orbital ring could definitely be upgraded. And then we're going to need to go to the next world here. So that would be Vestalis, but this is actually a habitat, and you can't build in orbit of a habitat. So we're going to go to Siagawa Prime, and we're going to build an orbital ring. Okay, so we're definitely making progress, but we've got a lot of planets to go there. That's for sure. And you can certainly see that our influence is dropping, and that's not surprising. We're going to have some idle construction ships eventually. And I say eventually. It will be sooner rather than later. No doubt about that.
Construction complete.
Let's bring this on down here. Yeah, we just finished up in Rurius. So here's what I want to do. I want to come into Gothra. I want to come over here. And we can't build a mega shipyard here just yet. But what we can do is we can build a hyper relay right here. Specifically located to utilize the mega shipyard that's going to go here. And then the other side of that is going to go up over here. So that'll be fun.
Complete.
Okay, fauna capture amount and capture chance sounds decent. Beyond this, what are we interested in taking? Well, most of these are repeatable text. We're going to grab the focused arc emitter for right now. Oh, okay, interdimensional treaties. Sure. That's a specimen acquired. Galactic history. Okay, I see. Sure. So that seems fine for now. How are we doing on getting that archive built? It takes a long time. We're at 91% though, so that's going to be done very soon. Good. Once that's done, we can hopefully start utilizing that to a reasonable situation.
Fleeing aggressors.
Detection in the rim forced gravity snare to decloak. Okay. That's interesting. They're pirates in Lictabon, and that's not a big deal. We will go deal with those. We're just going to send the deluge out over there. It won't take us too long to get there on our hyperspace relay network, about 6 months. We'll get there eventually.
System
and yeah, they'll be able to take this on, but it won't do all that much. We did manage to shoot down one of their ships there. Are they actually going to be able to take this? I kind of feel like they lose this. Yeah. I definitely feel like they lose this. Our armor is going down a lot, though. But we're really eliminating their ships very rapidly. We just get through their their shields, and then they immediately go down. I don't think they can win this. It's not possible. I'm going to tell these guys to turn around. We don't need them. Back to Radar Central you go. Okay, what do we have for construction ships availability right now?
Construction complete.
We just finished up in, like, Eolum. Okay, sure. We got new genetic material acquired. Seems good. Okay, so we're done in Radar Central. Our Grand Archive has finished. So I want to take a look at this. We have a special project that we can do there. That's also Entice the Big One. Okay. So now we can activate the exhibit. Can we only do one exhibit? Okay, so this exhibit is activated. And this one went up from 10 energy credits to 100 energy credits. There is some upkeep to this. We can activate both of those. And we can activate this. Okay. So it definitely has escalating cost. But that's good to know. That seems reasonably fine. So, next what I want to do is, here in Radar Central, we're going to want to build a gateway, for sure. This is our primary shipyard site, right? So we want to put up a gateway very close to our hyper relay over here. And let's get going with that. So that'll be wonderful. Our influence is absolutely dropping, which is completely and totally expected. We knew that that was going to start happening. No doubt about that. So we've connected up with a lot of people, sure. Seems fine. No real building work to be done at this point. So that is understood. We are going to continue absolutely cranking through the influence, though. That's going to be happening for a while, I'm afraid. Our astral threads are full, which is not surprising. New president of the Union of Autonomous Powers, sure. Not really too relevant to us, though. So we could definitely queue up some more Fire Corps class defense platforms here. And let's queue up a couple more. So this is now up to like 37.
Protocols activated.
That's fine. Migration treaty. I want to keep our influence, thanks. We need all the influence we can get. We're currently getting about 6.5 per month. And we could bring that up by getting more naval capacity, but I don't know that we want to. Not right now, anyway. For the moment, I'm more comfortable putting that into our defense platforms. But eventually that will probably change. So our upgrade in terminal egress is going to be done soon. And apparently we're capturing Tiyanki space whales there. Sure. Okay, so this is going to be finishing up shortly. That seems great. How are we doing on construction ships? Oh, crime on Hullabrae Secundus? What do we got going on here? 49% crime, huh? Okay, well, we should probably put in a precinct house, and we can also activate the anti-crime campaign. There we go. That seems reasonable for the moment. So they want to start building a Federation fleet. I will vote yes on that. But the Zeritan Citizen Alliance has veto with the current layout. If we check in, we can see 27,839, it's improved. But these guys, 38,695. So they've got veto power. They have a lot of power in the Federation right now. And we're working on that. But the war in heaven has started. We will not take sides in this conflict. Cool. So that seems fine. As of right now, it's an okay thing to do. The League of Non-Aligned Powers, huh? With the Corinth Temple of Renewal? Yes, we will join that league.
They can talk.
Excellent.
And they want to talk to us.
Hi, Artisan Troop. That also got us some influence. And our membership has been accepted.
And they want to talk to us.
Fantastic. So basically everyone is joining the League of Non-Aligned Powers. Our Federation is still existent out over here for now, but they may end up joining the League of Non-Aligned Powers, which they should do. They absolutely should do that. This commercial pact we will decline. And we are full on food, which we should get rid of a bunch of that. And minerals as well. Just absolutely tanking the price of minerals, but that's to be expected. So for right now, I want to buy in a few alloys. The price was good, now it's not. So we're not going to buy additional alloys, but that seems absolutely fine for the moment. Okay, so the League of Non-Aligned Powers is being a thing. Who all has joined this? Most people have joined it, I think. So if we check the League of Non-Aligned Powers, we can see the members here. Yeah, there's definitely a lot. No doubt about it. Our economy is not quite as high as I would like it to be, but that's not surprising. We're still working on developing it to a significant degree. Now, our Grand Archive exists. We can't actually upgrade this. So that's noted. And we're very likely to get pulled into this war eventually.
Protocols activated.
We'll see what that ends up looking like. So lots and lots of people still joining here, but it's going to... We'll see what that ends up shaking out as. But we're currently in a federation with the XT-489 assemblers and the Corinth Temple of Renewal and the Sin Masticators and basically everyone who's a powerhouse in this galaxy right now. Except the Utkavango Devourers, who I think are not allowed to join federations. But they're just fully equivalent with us. So like the Corinth Temple of Renewal down here, right? They're superior to us in fleet power, but they're equivalent in tech and economy. So that's absolutely noted.
Handshake protocols activated.
No, we're not going to get any of that going. That's for sure. We did lose about a point per month, unfortunately, but it's understandable. With the war in heaven brewing up, we just didn't want to stand on our own. That was what that came down to. So the Wave Skimmer 2 is in Gothra right now, and we're going to want that to come over here and build a hyper relay basically right here. Right next to where this gateway is going in. We've also got the Star Surfer, which was at Euchromia, and that of course means that the next location to build would be at Figazar. So we come down over to Figazar Prime, which is out over here, and we would build an orbital ring around that. Excellent. Siagawa Prime needs a job, and we can definitely get that going. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to build up here, and we'll see when we get pulled into the war in heaven. It's not an if, it's a when. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Mabrutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.